And inside the built-in components from view, we are gonna take a look at the teleport component. Teleport is a built-in component that allows us to teleport a part of a component's template into a DOM node that exists outside the DOM hierarchy of that component. So it's like telling Vue, grab this piece of the template and put it in some other random place, insert it somewhere else, like as a direct child of the body element, for example. And that's, spoiler alert, that's useful, for example, for modals, for pop-up windows, and so on. Basic usage. Sometimes we may run into the following scenario. A part of a component's template belongs to it logically, but from a visual standpoint, it should be displayed somewhere else in the DOM, outside of the Vue application. Why? You can actually put it outside the Vue application. You can, as I said, put it as a direct child of the body. The most common example of this is when building a full screen model. Ideally, we want the model's button and the model itself to live within the same component. Since they are both related to the open-close state of the model, but that means the model will be rendered alongside the button, deeply nested in the application's DOM hierarchy. This can create some tricky issues when positioning the model via CSS. Considering the following HTML structure. We have a div with a class outer, and inside we have a title and a model. And here is the implementation of my model. We have our script, our template, and some styles. The script just has a reactive property open, which can be true or false, I assume. Starting value false. That's gonna be whether the model is visible or not. Inside the template, we have a button which toggles the value of open to open the model. And then we have a div element with a if open with a class model, and the model has some content and a button to close it. And the class model sets the element to position fixed, z index on top of everything else, and top left width and margin left are attributes to give some spacing around the model and make it centered. The component contains a button to trigger the opening of the model, and a div with a class of .model which will contain the model's content and a button to self-close. When using this component inside the initial HTML structure, there are a number of potential issues. Position fixed only places the element relative to the viewport when no ancestor element has transform, perspective, or filter property set. If, for example, we intend to animate the ancestor div class outer with a CSS transform, it would break the model layout. The model C index is constrained by its containing elements. If there is another element that overlaps with div class outer and has a higher C index, it would cover our model. Teleport provides a clean way to work around this by allowing us to break out of the nested DOM structure. Let's modify my model to use teleport. So, where we had the model before, we are wrapping it in a teleport with a to property pointing to the body element. The to target of teleport expects a CSS selector string or an actual DOM node. Here we are essentially telling Vue to teleport this template fragment to the body tag. You can click the button below and inspect the body tag via your browser's DevTools. So let's actually open the DevTools, and here we see we have our body, then our div, which is the whole page, which is seems to be a Vue application, I guess. I think it's done with VuePress or with VitPress. I think it's called a VitPress. Before we had VuePress. VitPress is VuePress' little brother, built on top of Vit. And Vit is Vite is the most awesome thing in the universe, or maybe the second most awesome along with Vue 3. Because it's very fast, essentially. Anyway, we are digressing a little bit there. So where where was okay? Yeah, inspect the body element. So when I open the model, I'll see pop a model open, and then the body element got got a model object here. It rendered, it added to the DOM a model. The demo, model demo, basically that thing, right? Demo, model demo, then we have paragraph with some styles. Wait a second. Yeah, well, I don't see the styles here. That looks slightly different, but you get the idea. Teleport adds the model to the teleport adds the not the teleport adds the content, like whatever the hell we put here adds the content. It's default slot to whatever it appends it as a child to whatever element we define here with the to attribute. That's what it does. You can combine teleport with transition to create animated models. Ooh, let's look at an example. Nice. Wow, no, nice. Let's see how they do it. We have our script with the show model, and then we have our template. And inside the template, we have the teleport. Wait. Oh, wait. We have the teleport, and inside the teleport, we have the model. And inside the model, there is a slot with some content. And it's a name slot with a name header. If we look, well, the teleport is here, and it appends it to the body. If we look at the model component, we have rather big template. Well, it's not big, honestly. We have we have a transition here with the name model, and here I won't look into it, but we have the transition CSS properties, and inside we just have the content of the model. Nice. That's really cool, really cool. I like it a lot. So let's see, where were we here? A tip: the teleport to target must be already in the DOM when the teleport component is mounted. Ideally, this should be an element outside the entire Vue application. If targeting another element rendered by Vue, you need to make sure that element is mounted before the teleport. Alright. Using with components. Teleport only alters the rendered DOM structure. It does not affect the logical hierarchy of the components. That is to say, if teleport contains a component, that component will remain a logical child of the parent component containing the teleport. Props passing an element emitting will continue to work the same way, which makes perfect sense, of course. This also means that injections from a parent component work as expected, and that the child component will be nested below the parent component in the Vue DevTools, instead of being placed where the actual content moved to. This is really great. Disabling teleport. In some cases, we may want to conditionally disable teleport. For example, we may want to render a component as an overlay for desktop, but inline for mobile. Teleport supports the I can't read anymore. Teleport supports the disabled prop, which can be dynamically toggled, where the isMobile state can be dynamically updated by detecting media query changes. Multiple teleports on the same target. A common use case would be a reusable model component with the potential for multiple instances to be active at the same time. For this kind of scenario, multiple teleport components can mount their content to the same target element. The order will be a simple append. Later, mounts will be located after earlier ons within the target element. Given the following usage, we have two teleports to the same element. The rendered result would be simply this. The component, the element with the ID models will have first this and then this, the same order as the teleports. Wow, there is also some server-side render stuff apparently. Looking forward to reach. It's here. Nice. Nice. Well, my internet connection is not too good now. Anyway, that's it for the teleport component. Next is gonna be the suspense in the next video.